Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be what your next step should be at this time reading. It's going to be for now till the end of the year. And each row is going to represent something different, but your first row is going to represent what's coming in for you at this time. You have this Betrayal card and this Poet card. We're going to obviously have to see. I feel like you've already, if there is betrayal, I feel like you've already been betrayed here by a person who probably confused you. I kind of feel like this is saying don't confuse yourself again, if I'm being honest. It's like, again, if you had a feeling about a person that you were with or whatever, and it was a confusing situation, I feel like this person confuses everybody. So I feel like this person is just walking confusion. Definitely something that you should think about, right? Because, again, I would avoid this situation. I feel like there's a much better situation coming in for you just in general. See this right here? You have the Three of Cups with the Knight of Swords. This is giving me the vibes of like a person who sees you moving on, feels you moving on towards someone new, and they just want to pop back up. So, I would be very careful of any kind of like third party type situations, things like that. For others, I feel this is much more general. I feel some of you, and here's what I mean by betrayal. It's like some of you maybe feel betrayed by just, the energy around you in general. Maybe you feel like people aren't responding to you in a certain way in your life that you want to be responded to. Maybe you're on YouTube and nobody's watching your videos anymore or whatever, right? It's like those are kind of the things that are popping into my head here. For you, Virgo. So is this good or bad? I'm not sure yet. I don't really think tarot or, astrology is good or bad. I think it's, just loose guidance at best anyway. But you have this Poet card. He's like just working, he's just doing his work over there, that skeleton with the violin. So I kind of feel like it's saying, no matter how you feel about things, can you just keep working? Can you just keep, creating the things that you want to create? And it's almost like some of you are at that stage of your life here. You have the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Again, some of you could be thinking about love. You do have the King and Queen of Wands here, which could represent, a person that you really desire. I would say there's desire between the two of you, but you have the Eight of Cups as a blockage in between them, which tells me that either you or a person you're interested in needs to release the past or a past person, before something can come together, right? So I do feel that for some of you. For others, I feel the universe is guiding you to pick a new path in your life. We literally see this a bunch of times in your reading. Eight of Cups, Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, Chariot, this card right here, Lovers. You are clearly at a crossroads in your life, and you are clearly trying to make a decision. Right here, Seven of Cups. I think Seven of Cups on one hand, I like the Seven of Cups, but, at the same time, it can be an energy of overthinking, of having too many choices to make, having too many options. And so I feel for a lot of you, you need to pick this option, plain and simple. You have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is coming up in the blockages area of the reading, but I think it's only a blockage because you're holding on to something from the past, like a past idea, your old identity, who you used to be, not knowing exactly who you want to be with the Seven of Cups. And with the Three of Cups, number one, I feel this could be help. So, there could be people in your life, and we want to focus on positive people here that want to help you, guide you, or could maybe provide you with some answers on who you are or what you want to be, right? Or maybe they can't tell you who you are, right? But they can give you some guidance. They can kind of give you some clues as to what they think, right? And, I feel maybe you need to spend time with people who are important to you, but I do feel there is also a celebration coming in for you. I also feel this could be a new person, but again, don't let this turn into a third party. It might also be them, is what I'm getting here. It's like you might be meeting a person between now and the end of the year. Maybe they have a past person, and I would be careful of letting that past person, wedge their way into a good connection for sure. But let's see. With the Lovers, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, see, it's like you were betrayed, like I said at the beginning of the reading. Nine of Pentacles is being single, focusing on yourself. She normally has 6 pentacles on one side, 3 pentacles on the other, and it says she's keeping 6 pentacles for herself, and she's willing to give 3 pentacles worth of energy to anything that she enters into. So the pentacles don't have to be money. It could be your time. It could be your effort. It could be the words that you give people, right? It could be anything. And so I feel that you need, like at this time, I feel like what the energy that is coming in for you is an energy of having learned like how much you can give and how much you can't give to situations in your life, and I feel you need to pay very close attention, to giving good things. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. This is regrets. I do feel like you need to let go of your regrets at this time, or regrets you have. I get a lot. It might not even be you. Again, it could be another person that has regrets, but, I feel like something is dead. Five of Cups is losing your taste for wine. He is crying over spilt wine that is on the ground, so he's grieving the loss of something he no longer enjoys. And so I kind of feel like this is saying, do you even enjoy the thing that you are grieving the loss of? Probably not. So it might be time to let it go. With the Three of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. Yeah, I would be careful of a past person for sure, but I also do feel that this could be a turnaround for you. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and the gift we usually receive is we've been bumping up against obstacles with the Six of Cups, and when we get the Six of Cups, we are removing obstacles. We're moving past the obstacle. Next, what are we doing? Oh yeah, this is what are your next steps. You have this ponder your blessings. So I feel like you need to look at all the blessings you do have in your life. You have this card that says, try something new without expectations. Yes, I feel it would be an amazing time. I'm a big fan of this. I literally talk about experimenting all the time. This is the Manifesting Your Greatness deck, by the way, by Amy Chase, one of my favorites. And, I feel you need to try something new and just see how it goes. Could be a new person. It could be a bunch of new things. Again, I believe we're in a time of experimentation. I always say that, if you can, maybe you drive to the store one way, it's like, can you drive a different direction? You never know. I would be mixing things up at this time, in all areas of your life. Just trying new things. See what works, see what doesn't. You have the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Swords here. Again, I am not a big fan of the Knight of Swords in general. He is hasty. He is not thinking about things. He is, kind of rushing, jumping into conclusions, all that other stuff, right? So I feel for a lot of you, this is kind of like saying, if someone is coming in, like rushing you, pushing you to do things at this time, definitely don't do it. Funny enough, your opposite sign, I always pay attention to Pisces for you, because you and Pisces are like the most similar opposites out of all the opposites in the zodiac. But Pisces had something about paying attention to speed, and you have it here as well with the Knight of Swords. Sometimes I think speed can be a good thing. Obviously, if you start working on something and it's moving along at a good pace, that it could be a clue from the universe that, like, hey, you're supposed to do this. Sometimes I think we get stuck in the mud doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's like, maybe it produces a result, but at the same time, things could always be better. And I kind of feel that here, where it's like there's something better, and it feels like work to me. So if you're feeling stuck or dragged down in work and you're just hoping for a better opportunity, I kind of feel this is a better opportunities. You have the Queen of Cups here. Queen of Cups, she is focusing on that cup. That cup represents her heart. So I feel for a lot of you, it is time for you to follow your heart. I also feel that you really need to listen to your intuition. I feel you're in this right here. I feel up to the Eight of Cups, your intuition is telling you to like eclipse something out of your life. We have these eclipses coming up in October, and there is an eclipse right here on the Eight of Cups. And so it's kind of like saying to me, there's something that is no longer fulfilling to you. It could be your job, your business, a love, whatever. And I feel it's saying it's time to maybe walk away from it and try something new, like that expectations card says. You have the King of Wands here. Again, I feel that it's kind of weird that he's like looking this way and she's looking this way. These two would be divine counterparts. They are like my favorite divine counterparts because they have a lot of desire for each other. But it's almost as if this could be you looking at the past, and if you just would walk away, you'd be walking right towards, your Queen of Wands. But again, gender doesn't matter here. I'm just saying you could be walking towards a person that that will have a lot of desire for you, or that does have a lot of desire for you. Even if you don't want love, this could be something you're taking a risk on. The Wands cards, they kind of represent new adventures, being driven. The King of Wands is a visionary as well, and so he has these visionary ideas. And so even if you don't want love, and even if you do, you could be working on some visionary ideas, but if you don't let go of the past ideas, then you're not going to be able to work on the new ones. With the King of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords. I like this a lot because Queen of Swords, she always has her back to the past, and she's focusing on the future. So again, I like it. I feel like you're focusing on the future now. Good. With the Queen of Cups, you have the World. Definitely, accomplishments coming in for you here. The world kind of represents stepping into a new cycle as well. We start the major arcana with the Fool, we work our way to the world, and then we start all over again as the Fool. So, I feel for a lot of you, clearly going this way, you're having a new beginning. Even with the Chariot, he's leaving the city behind him behind. So again, you're stepping into a brand new cycle for sure, is what this reading is saying. With the Knight of Swords, see, I don't even, the Ten of Swords, this person is a person who stabbed you in the back, lied, cheated, stole, who the hell knows what, right? I feel like this situation is dead, done, over with. And again, this might not even be love. It's like maybe you're having a hard time letting go of your job, or like whatever you do to make money. But it's like the second you kill it, then you're gonna be killing it, right? In a good way. You're going to be finding a lot of abundance. Three of Wands really says, what are you waiting for? So let's talk about it. In the area of your blockages, you have this blocked root chakra. It says, may experience pessimism, poor focus, and lack of ambition or purpose. Three of Wands, literally. You have this entitlement card. It says, feeling betrayed because you didn't get what was somehow rightfully yours. I don't know. That sounds weird. What was somehow rightfully yours? But whatever. Again, you might feel like you were blocked from having something. Clearly, we've been talking about this whole entire reading about being blocked from something over here that you thought was yours. And so I feel for a lot of you, this is about needing to kind of let that go. Also, the blocked root chakra makes perfect sense with that Three of Wands. You have the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. I think your most important card here is the Three of Wands. This is my card of, like, what are you waiting for? But he's looking out at that water, and you could see that it's golden in color. And the story of this card is that he thinks he's looking at the desert, but he's actually looking at water. When he looks closer, he sees the ships, which represent like an opportunity. So a lot of you, it's like you could be feeling stuck, and you could feel like you're looking at something. The desert represents like no resources, like nothing grows in the desert. So you might be thinking like it's all is lost in some area of your life, but really there's a ton of opportunity if you would just expand with the universe, if you would get on those ships, if you would go exploring, if you would move towards your joy and your happiness here with the sunflower. The Queen of Wands is about joy and happiness because she has that sunflower, and that sunflower points towards the sun. So I feel for a lot of you, you need to, point towards the sun. Again, I know I say this like every single reading now, but literally we are in a time for the rest of your life. Sorry, there's something floating in front of me. We are in a time where we need to move towards joy, happiness, abundance, and things that bring us joy, happiness, abundance. The reason is because I think a lot of people are feeling restricted right now. So you might be saying, I can't go, enjoy my hobbies or do the things that I love to do because I have to make money. But that's exactly why you have to do it. Because we're in a time where the universe might be throwing up restrictions and preventing money. But it's like if we would just go enjoy ourselves for like even just an hour of time, we might get an answer that solves all our money problems or whatever, but you're not going to get it working, right? So we have to take that type of risk. You have the Eight of Cups here, which is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So again, I think we have to do things that might seem contradictory. Again, if you think about it, like in this 3D world that we live in, we think like all our solutions are, work harder, try harder, do more, all that stuff, right? And I kind of feel you need to step into the opposite here and step into Ace of Wands, which is like creative energy, doing things in new ways. Again, I have said to the other signs that have done so far today that I believe that we're already in the new earth, that so many spiritual teachers talk about, but it's just empty space right now. And I've said this to you before. I always get this. I specifically get it for you, which is weird. But, I think there's so much empty space that needs to be filled with like good ideas. And, these are going to be your creative good ideas, but you have to get moving and you have to move towards inspiration. Again, I think the problem, part of the challenge is that the 3D things seem very big, like worrying about money or paying your bills and things like that. It's like those problems seem enormous right now. And I'm not saying they aren't, right? But at the same time, I feel like the universe kind of is like telling everybody to lighten up and to go and try to enjoy themselves. And if you do that, then you're going to get the answers that help you escape from, whatever problems you could be dealing with. Here you go. With the Eight of Cups, you have the World. The Fool. I was thinking about the World because I literally said we go from the World to the Fool. We start all over again with the Fool card. So there's like a new beginning, a leap of faith that you have to take. And this leap of faith could be walking away from things that you just don't like to do. With the Three of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. If there's something that you're afraid of doing, Page of Pentacles literally says learn about it, and that will solve the problem. With the Ace of Wands, you have the High Priestess. Definitely time for you to trust your intuition here. I feel you could be being intuitively guided. The other problem, well, it's not really a problem. It's probably the best part of the High Priestess, really, is that she represents potential. And so the problem with that is something that has potential, it just potential means nothing. You have to do everything to make it happen. But she would represent a big opportunity here that has a lot of potential. The only thing that's preventing it from growing would be yourself. So I feel if you're like thinking about doing new things, starting something new, working in new directions, I would do it. You have this electricity card, it says wildness on it. You have this breath card, it says life on it. So I feel for a lot of you, you're breathing new life. In electricity, same thing, like Frankenstein, right? It's like you're breathing new life into your own creations. And I think that is very powerful here, Virgo. I feel like that'll lead to so much success and abundance for you. You have the Queen of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Chariot. The Queen of Wands says you need to move towards this right here, the sunflower. Like last week, I think it was the week of the 21st, like every single person had the Queen of Wands. Again, it seems to me like we're in a time where the universe is like saying, okay, there's something that you rather do with your life, or there's something in your life where you rather be putting your energy into, and so go do that thing, whatever it is. Stop wasting your time. Go do more of the things that you love and less of the things that you don't love. You have the Six of Wands, card of success, card of a victory as well. I feel like you're about to receive a lot of recognition. I kind of feel you're in a little bit of a dip period, as well. It's like funny, I said something in the beginning about how maybe you feel betrayed in general. Like you feel, it's almost as if I put myself in your shoes, I feel like people have turned their back on me, but not like in a super dramatic way. It's like maybe you're just getting less energy. I hope this makes sense. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. Maybe you're just getting less attention from people around you, or maybe even in work or in business, you're like in a little bit of a dip, but I feel like you're about to come out on top, but you need to take control. You have the Chariot, which is a card of hard control. Chariot also says where there's a will, there's a way. So I do feel it is a time where you need to make sure you don't give up. Like, I do feel little things here where it's saying if something doesn't work in work or business especially, just try another way. And I think that will really set you apart. We are in a time where I believe that everyone needs to set themselves apart as well. Like, don't try to be like someone else. Just be yourself is enough. I know it's cliche, but we are literally in a time where like the best way to stand out is to be unique, is to have your own mind, right? With the Queen of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles here, card of resourcefulness. We were talking about resources on the Three of Wands because he doesn't think that he has the resources necessary to do something that he wants to do, but he actually does. He just needs to get started. With the Six of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords. Again, no rushing. You have the Knight of Swords twice. No rushing towards bad decisions. No going off on people either. The Six of Wands can represent jealousy or jealous people. And, again, if you're finding success in the near future, there could be jealous people. It just says let it go. With the Chariot, you have the Hierophant here. I thought, right here is what I was going to say. You have the King, you have the High Priestess and the Hierophant, which are divine counterparts. So there could be like a spiritual connection coming in for you, but you're going to find the spiritual connection by doing something different in your life. Again, you had that card where was it? Right here, try new things. Like, I think it would be a great time for you to, if you want to meet a person in love, for example, like go take a class on something you're interested in, or go do something that you're interested in. I think that's a better way to find a person anyway. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this vanishing mirror. It says ego sublimation. So again, you have that ego card, and it's like you could be kind of like, destroying one part of your ego and kind of like exploring something new. I don't believe that we can totally get rid of ego. I think that our ego helps us survive in the first place. So in every single spiritual teacher I ever see who claims to have no ego has the biggest ego I've ever seen in my entire life. The other thing is that if you claim you have no ego, you are basically a rabbit in a world of wolves. So you will just get steamrolled if you have no ego, plain and simple. So there you go. But what I would say is I feel like you are going to, it's like you could be exploring your ego, using it in different ways. You have this Hermit, you showing up in a very strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, this puts you in a position of power and strength. You have this Seven of Cups. Again, it is kind of weird that you have the Seven of Cups energy pretty strongly in your reading. So again, I would make a choice and make it happen. you have this lower world card. The lower world is where we discover, in like the hero's journey, the lower world is where we discover the secret weapon that, destroys the evil monster in our story. And so for a lot of you, I feel you've been going through this, this kind of like underworld experience maybe for the past several years. And it's like now you're, but I feel like you've been training for the upper world to, get out of the lower world, or to be, the hero of your own story, or whatever you want to call it. You also have the Knight of Pentacles here. Time to get started. 3 of Wands. What are you waiting for? Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that is not making movement towards his goals, wishes, dreams, or towards the things that he wants to create. So I definitely feel it's time for action for you here, Virgo. But pretty interesting reading, simply. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.